I almost had this heart attack twice, and then died from the port, and not from the cancer. I brought my port with me. That's how you can imagine it. That's what it looks like. It's placed under the skin, quite precisely, usually up here at this point. The chemotherapy is given by our port system. It's given intravenously through infusions, which then run through the body. That's how you get it, and for that, you need the port, which is implanted under your skin. I asked the hospital staff if they could also implant the port in me, and then they thought about it. After 5 minutes, they said, "Yes, we can do it. It's no problem." I was lying in bed reading my daughter a good bedtime story, and my upper body kept vibrating briefly, again and again. And no matter who I told, something was wrong with my heart. Everyone said, "Nah, it's all just stress." It can't be. A port doesn't cause heart problems. You now have 2 terrible diagnoses. You have 2 cancers. We don't have that often. It's all psychological. I knew it wasn't psychological from the start anyway. It's not stress or fear of the disease. A mistake had just happened here. But nobody took me seriously. How did we finally find out? At the site where the port had been, it was found that something was wrong. And I read in this medical report, port disconnection, catheter course not clearly visible. Please check. I had constant appointments over the 7 weeks. If I'm not understating it, I must have had 25 appointments with doctors. I was just so disappointed with everything, with the whole system, that I was constantly copying medical reports and bringing them to every doctor, and nobody seemed to look at them, because there was a clear instruction in the report. Then I said, "Could you please have a look at it now? Because there's a point here that I'd like to know what's going on." It says port disconnection. What do you mean by that? I'm not a doctor. Yes, that's right. Oh, we'll have to take an X-ray. And then they came to me all excited. "You need an operation right now. The port catheter is off, the tube is off, and it's in your heart. You could have a heart attack or a stroke at any moment, and then you'll be dead." In my case, it was the case that the port tube catheter was not sutured to the port chamber. So the catheter slipped out and unfortunately ended up right in my heart. Fortunately, I didn't have any chemotherapy during these 7 weeks. Otherwise, my skin would have been completely cauterized. I can only advise everyone, even if it is difficult, even if the diagnoses are difficult to read, take a close look at them anyway. Maybe seek help, grab a friend and acquaintance and say, "Can you go through these with me?" And read exactly what's wrong. And for the patients, I would hope that everyone would simply listen to their gut feeling and intuition. And if something is wrong, you can't let a doctor, even if he is a doctor, tell you that everything is fine.